Well, hello, welcome. I spotted a gap in the rain and I thought I'd better get out quick. I'm in my one-piece rain suit, which is always helpful. So we're here just at Simmons. Oh, hang on. It's not called Simmons anymore, it's called Loafing. Jesus. Well, here we go, start of the ride. I've just had a lovely sausage sandwich from the baker's there. So I'll just show you this little river and then I'll get going. So let's go for a little walk. So it's the little town of Wheathampstead and I actually grew up here. So let's just take you down to the little river. So there used to be a mill here and then this is where the water would come in. Now it just looks like that, a bit grim. But there we are. Absolutely lovely. Got the nice jewellers here. Keep walking along. And then a nice little stream. Right, that's enough scenery. Let's get back on the ride. The goal for today is going to go over to Hitch Woods. I'm already in my one-piece rain suit. And if it does start raining, I do need to pull over and put the rain cover on my new tank bag. So I'll show you how it works in a moment. But it's probably the most easiest thing I've ever fitted, as in taking the bag on and off. But actually putting the hoop on was a bit awkward and I undid the wrong bit. So then my security system and the tank fell out. So that was all a bit embarrassing. But the moral of the story is don't undo too many screws unless you know how to put it all back together again. I do need to learn how to be good with this new hook as well. Just get my finger in there. Yeah, I need to remember that sticks out more than the tyre. So anyway, let's get going. Here we go. Not as much of a kick here today, which is nice. So again, this is Wheathampstead and the goal is Hitch Woods. You've seen Hitch Woods before, but it's just such a nice place. And I saw a gap in the rain, although I'm not that confident because I've still got my one-piece rain suit on. So we're just going to see how it goes really. Filming in 4K today. I'm getting a lot more used to it now, which is good fun. How exciting. I am just remembering that some of the roads are going to be a bit moist, so I'm just taking it easy. And there are a lot of cyclists around, so I'm just making sure that around every corner I can see around it. So yeah, wow, how exciting. This is my third time out on the bike. So first time I filmed it, but I didn't sound very excited, but I was very excited, but I was also so tired. I'll put a clip of the conditions I was working in up on the screen now. I was working in absolute misery. I was soaked from the moment I turned up at work to the moment I left. I was setting up a big outdoor stage, so it was worth it. I've got a BMW to pay for. And again, if you missed my last video, I drove all the way to Wales, got this in cash, and the Triumph should sell quite soon. I set the Triumph up exactly how I liked it, but again, times have changed and I decided to sell the Triumph. But it should be going off to a new owner. He's seeing it tomorrow. I'm filming this on Sunday, so he's seeing it on Monday, as in tomorrow afternoon. So I'm hoping he likes it. And it was a really slow eBay process actually. It took ages for anyone to message. Oh, brilliant. Ages for anyone to message, and then all of a sudden I got 3 messages at once. Which was nice. That was worth it. Now my cornering, there's a big line of gravel. You might be able to see it on the camera, but I'm just on the edge of it, so I'm just trying to keep off it whilst keeping corners actually working normally. But you're in for a right treat today. I've got the drone. I'm still waiting on my front camera mount. I used to stick it just on the one of the covers. It's a little bit low. It will also hold the sat-nav, the phone. If I get really brave, it'll hold the remote for the drone so I can ride and fly at the same time. But I think if you ask Helmet Head how my riding and piloting experience, he'd probably say it's rubbish, because it is. And by now you would have seen my off-roading video with him. If you haven't, do check it out. But I had such a blast. What a genuine guy. And to join him and the sidekick for a bit of off-roading was really, really something special. No, see? at the last minute he's spot the Vauxhall, and then I don't want to push him into the puddle because that would be unfair. And there you go, you might meet the nervous little learner around the corner, you know. And here comes the rain. Da 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 da. Here comes the rain. Da 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 da. Right, I'm going to pull over somewhere and just put my waterproofs on. Again, I'm already sorted, but this new tank bag, it's first time out with it, and I would rather stop and put the cover on than find I've got a wet drone. Right, let's see if I can do this with one glove on. So this is the new tank bag. Again, I'll show you it properly later, but you can just fit just what you need in it. And when I actually, this is the 5 litre version, when I go away, if I find I need a bigger one, they're actually quite cheap. So I'll probably just pick up a bigger one. And again, it's the universal tank lock system. So really it should just be a case of buying it, getting it out the box, taking the wrapping off and clipping it onto the top of the tank. There we go. Excellent. Well, I've done that with one glove on. Come on. And it's time to be a bit more normal again. Yes. And we're still recording. That's better. Well, that was quite quick. Just going to go for it very slowly. Try not to spook the horses out. But they're following me, this is awkward. Okay. I think I've got enough distance to go. Sorry, horse lady. She looks a bit like a horse as well. Lovely. And the rain's coming in. How fun. So yes, it's Hitch Woods. We've been here before. On the Triumph, though we haven't been on the Beamer. But I don't mind being caught in the bad weather, but to set off on a trip knowing that it's 100% chance of rain for 3 days and you've got to set up the tent and all sorts, I just thought, nah, you guys don't want to see, you know, 3 days worth of rain on a camera, and I don't know the bike well enough, and there's just all sorts of reasons why I don't want to do that, and I just think it's fair, isn't it, really? Passing the dinosaur. Ah! So, you know, I've made some excellent connections in my little community, and you know, the idea that there's people in Australia, Canada, Bavaria, Romania and all sorts of incredible foreign places, the idea that they're sat watching me as I'm just doing my thing, doing what I enjoy, is just incredible. And you know, the Philippines, what a incredible place. If you want to see more of that type of thing, there's an excellent guy, Motofaith PH, and I just love his content. Like, he's got a drone now as well, which is super cool. He's only made about 6 videos, but they are quality and they are incredible, and he just makes them, let's slow down a bit, just makes them at his own pace, and he's just a really humble guy. It's just nice to see what other people do. So there's a channel called The Works, and this guy brought Helmet Head Spike and he's turning it into like a proper scrambler. So he's got some parts from the XC which look pretty beefy, to be fair, and he's made some parts and he's modified some parts, and he's just, what a clever man. So I'd say the 2 channels to check out as well, obviously Helmet Head, if you haven't heard of Helmet Head already, where have you been? But also, yeah, I think the 2 to check out today are Motofaith PH and The Works, just because they've got such unique things going on. So what's the bike like on faster roads? Well, the knobbly tyres do take some getting used to. So yes, I am on the search for a new jacket, but not in a real rush really. But essentially what happens is every time I do them up, I pull the poppers on the left and the right just to kind of shuffle the sleeve down a bit, and I think 7 years of that, it's just broken along the line. So plus as well, it looks dusty, it looks like it's seen much better days, because it has. And I've cleaned it before and I've re-waxed it, so it does still do everything I need, and I'm quite snug in it. I've got both linings in. There you go, put it in third gear so you hardly hear it. Yeah, I've got both linings in it and all that. I'm just grateful for what I have, really, and this came up at an incredible price. Like, I didn't rip the guy off, but I also saw the price, rang him, and I said, can I book with you? I want to come and have a look. Don't worry, I'm not going to haggle you. That, you know, that price is fine by me. And he was just so genuine that I just said, you know what, actually, we don't need any more time talking about it. We can just do that. Oh, I think that bump was bigger than it looked. That's a bit awkward. That's the only problem I'm finding with these knobbly tyres is when you go for a bump, not only do you have the bump of the bump, you also have the bump of the knobbly tyres, which tend to hook in the hole. And they kind of, if just like them, they tend to, if they get hooked at the right moment, they kind of bounce the bars back for a moment. So it's very manageable, but it's, yeah. I really missed the Street Twins suspension, actually. That just soaked up bumps. You just glid along. Look at that cloud. Ooh, let's hope I'm in the gap. That's the weather report for today. Is that it essentially said one place is going to be hammering it down while the other place is nice and sunny, which is what I'm in right now. And then I think they basically said, you know, over time, through the day, it's going to go warm, sunny, rain, rain, rain. Hope you hear those little bangs. They're just so unexpected. And it's really got the 109 horsepower. I've been saying 110, but it's actually 109, I found out, at a shaft drive. So whatever I do here, there's immediate link between the throttle and the rear wheel. Because with the chain, when you accelerate, the chain stretches. And a bizarre thing that happens on this bike as well is when you accelerate, the bike gets taller because the shaft pushes the bike upwards. That's just how the physics and the engineering work of the shaft drive. So it has a shaft, and it's only holding the wheel at one side, so the shaft holds both the drive and the brakes. So the shaft holds both the drive and the brake. And I've been saying it's Brembo on the rear, but it's not actually. It's a BMW own caliper, but the rear brakes, they always feel like wood anyway, so not on camera, but I did pop a wheelie the first ever time I rode it, because I was a bit lazy. The Triumph just let you do whatever you wanted, really. I didn't take my hand off the throttle enough. Thank you! So this is a place called Hitch Woods, and this is perfect, the bluebells are out. This is so busy, I've never seen it like this before. Oh Christ, in my eye. I've never seen it like this before. This is mental. Normally it's about 2 cars if you're really unfortunate. Thank you. Oh dear, well, this is a pickle, isn't it? Because last time I came here, there was only about 2 cars, and that was as busy as it ever got, but yes, perfect space for motorbiking. So let's give it a go. I've got the knobbly tyres, so this little muddy car park should do the job. I'll get out of your way. Thanks. Thank you. Excellent. Oh. Up we go. I'm going to put it right in that gap. Woohoo! I know the engine's the tractor, but they didn't mention the side stand doubles as a plough. That's done a cracking job, that has. Okay, I'm going to take a risk here because I would have my side bag on here where the waterproofs and the gloves normally live, but that hasn't arrived yet. I haven't quite made my decision on which one to want, so I'm just going to tuck my waterproofs under there. If someone really wants to nick them, they can. They're not worth anything, please don't nick them anyway. So I can show you my new tank bag. Oh, look at it. Isn't it sweet? So it's made by Givi, and it's only 5 litres because it's only for day-to-day use. So I'll have the tank bag on quite a lot, and then I have a side bag as well. 18 litre side bag, 5 litre tank bag, and that just seems to do the job for me. So if you're wondering, it's quite easy to put it on your R9T actually. The hardest part about it was taking that flange off. And there's a nice little hook in the lid where you put your waterproofs. Comes with a shoulder strap, clip it on. It does not secure to the bike, so anyone can come and lift it off at any point. So probably not meant for leaving. Probably if you're at a cafe and you can see it, probably just leave it on. But I wouldn't advise long term leaving all your stuff on it. So once you're all set there, you just pull the red flap and off it comes. How it works is you unlock it, you take 4 bolts out, the whole petrol cap system comes off, you change the hinge, you put the flange back on, you pop your thing back on, and that's it. And then remember to take your bung out of the hole before you drop your bolts into your tank. And that is quite literally all you've got to do. So, well, here we go. This is Hitch Woods, and again, you've seen it before. I just think it's a lovely place to get off the bike and walk around a bit. So I do understand it's a motorbike channel, not a Bluebell channel, but I just thought there was something so nice about this little local area for some other stuff. So it's quite sweet. And again, with Hitch Woods and Hitchin. Again, when I've got my side bag, I can start locking things to the bike, but currently it's just me. Okay, so that was Hitch Woods, and I hope you enjoyed the ride. And again, sorry, I've got my hands full, so I can't really take the helmet off, so you just have to look at my face through this, which is probably an improvement actually. So as well as Hitch Woods, there's also the Hill End Chalk Pit, so I thought we'd go have a look at that. I'll see if I can get the drone up as well. So this is the Hill End Chalk Pit. This is 90 million years old, and at one stage, well, 90 million years ago in the prehistoric era, this was the sea floor. So there are still fossils being found here today, and a lot of people take a chunk of chalk home, they break it open, and it's just a chunk of chalk. But some people have been successful and they've broken it open and there's been a fossil. So it's a very cool place, and it's kind of in a big dip, which in the oldie times, and we're talking 90 million years ago, again, would have been at the bottom of the deep blue sea. So to give you an idea, this is the type of creatures that would have been found: ammonite, corals, all sorts of cool things. Very boring little creatures, but they look cool. And again, 90 million years ago, there wasn't a lot going on anyway. What I'll do, I'll just show you around, and then I'll try and get the drone out because it's a sunny day and I am near some power lines, but there's only one of them, so I think I can avoid it, hopefully. And there we go, just stopped for a little battery change. And again, I've never seen it this busy before. When I come here, I know it's a Sunday, but I come here on Sundays quite a lot. I've hardly ever seen a soul, honestly, but seemingly today it's particularly busy. Kind of been done before, so I might try and get a brownie and sit. Oh God. Oh, I've not thought this through. Come on, gently, gently. Ah, there we go. And I think I scratched that Tesla. Oh. Okay, unfortunately what happened was I couldn't get down this bump. I know it doesn't look like it on camera, but there was a massive car here that tried to move out as I was moving around. And essentially, I've backed up and forgot about my handbars. And I've unfortunately dragged them over the top of this Tesla, which is embarrassing, but I found the owner, and there you go. So it's tiny things. I genuinely think with the rubber it'll scuff off, so I'm going to spend a few minutes trying to buff it out. But I found the owner. No other damage along the outside or the bottom at all, and they seemed fine about it, but I just wanted to be clear. But here it is. Well, that was very embarrassing. I just found the owner of the Tesla and confessed what I've done. One, I would always do that anyway, and two, they were just very memorable characters and there's no way I could forget them. But unfortunately the car there was trying to get out while I was trying to go backwards, so I should have just waited 2 seconds. But thankfully no other damage, so I've just hooked over their rear fender and I've just left this little scratch, but left them my details. But I know there's 360 cameras, so there's no way I could run away from this. So anyway, that's enough time dwelling. And again, first time out with the... oh, here they are. Right, I'll stop for a sec. Let's just get out of their way. We might as well have a look together if you don't mind.
Bye.
Thank you. I've literally had it for about 2 days, so... They were quite nice about it, and I said, just to be honest, just bill me for a bottle of really good cleaning fluid. I'd like to hope that if somebody scratched my car like that, they'd try and find me. But also, you know, that could have got worse really quickly. I know that car has 360 cameras on it. I don't even know my number plate, but there's just no way. So they all sounded nice. If the husband's as nice as her, they should let me off, because I think people have probably done worse things to cars in supermarket car parks and then just totally ignored it. But I thought I'd do the decent thing, find them in the forest, spend a good 10 minutes looking around going, hello, do you see a woman with a Tesla? Oh, hi, did you see a woman with a Tesla? So there you go, these things happen. So the options were drop the entire bike into the car and really scratch my tank and really mess up their door, or attempt to hook the bars over without dropping it. And what didn't help was there was a white car behind me that was also trying to get out at the same time. So essentially it was either get pushed over or make it work. But again, when she parked, she gave me so much space. But had I rolled back another inch or so, I would have been way out of here by now. And it's now the unknown for the next few days of... she's obviously going to tell the husband as soon as he gets home. That's not me being stereotypical. She said, oh, it's my husband's car, I'll have to tell him when I get home. But I just need to remember that this bike sticks out a hell of a lot more. So again, I talk about this in a lot of videos, but what's coming up next? Well, I've got the Helmet Head meetup, which is his subscriber meet. If you don't know about it, do check it out. I think it's going to be a right laugh. Well, I was going to go camping this week, but they said it would be all rain, but I'm starting not to trust the weather because they said it would be all rain today, and yeah, it's actually quite a nice day for it all. Well, that's essentially what's happening here, but you just hear the tyre constantly. But there you go, let that be a lesson to you all. If you do something dumb, even if it's just a scuff, get out and tell them. Bring it back down to 40. There we go. But I am loving this new bike. It's such a visceral feeling, you know, when you're in the low gear and you're coming up to a roundabout and you blip it, it goes whoomp and throws you to the side for a moment. But otherwise, when you're running, you really don't notice the side to side, side to side. But when you stop, everything's kind of shaking a bit. And people have asked me how you find the seat, and I don't know what experience they've had with the seat, but so far the seat for me has been absolutely bearable beyond belief. It's like a lovely comfy sofa. That was a bit of a downer on the day. So I did actually put the bike on Instagram about 2 weeks ago, and again I've been not very subtle at all. So when I put the thumbnail up on YouTube, and I got some comments already saying I recognise that bike, or I recognise that red seat from anywhere. Well, there was no hiding it really. Now it always says rumble strips ahead, but I think they forgot to install them. Well, that wasn't quite the ending I was hoping for, but these things happen from time to time, and I just thought I'd just put it in, because I'm sure we've all done something just as dumb as that. We've been caught in a gap, and that was the only choice. But it's looking like the clouds are coming over, and it's all gone very, very cold, and I can just feel the rain coming in, so I think I'm going to stop the video here. So I'm not sure what will come for that. I did say to them, bill me for a bottle of really good polishing powder and maybe a nice polishing cloth if you... But they were really nice, and I just couldn't bring myself to leave it. And I thought if I do leave it and they go back through their video recording, I thought it could only get worse. So thank you so much for watching. Third time out with it, and I just need to remember, everything's bigger than the Triumph and everything sticks out a lot. Anyway, it feels like it's about to rain, so I'm going to get back on the road, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the new bike.